I watched Grace Randolph apologize for the DCEU's portrayal of Superman in the movies recently. I wanted to give a different viewpoint of why the portrayal is justified and what makes it worthy of more respect and less angst. We're all familiar with Batman losing his parents. He actually witnessed the death of his parents, and it caused him to take on the Bat persona in the movie. When we look at Superman, who preceded that, we saw, which was a great call because we've already had Batman, but we haven't had Superman yet. So they wanted to get Superman ready first, and then they were going to do the same type of grittiness with Batman. Now, why gritty for Superman? Why doesn't Superman offer hope and make you smile and giggle with quips and all? Keep in mind that this team was tasked to create the ultimate Superman movie, to answer all of those questions like, why is he so overpowered and what vulnerabilities can I give and exploit to this man? I would say that Superman lost his entire world, not just a mother and a father, and regained all his riches. Kal-El lost absolutely everything. The only thing his parents gave him was a fresh start, not to be killed with everybody else on Krypton. His father painstakingly gave him a fresh start, gave him fresh DNA, gave him all the tools of that he could, and gave him a place to survive in where he wouldn't just survive but thrive. And he said that in Man of Steel. If I was put in that position, and most of us put in that position where absolutely everything was destroyed, you don't know who you are, you know you're different, and you have these grandparents for these figures and you know they're not your real parents, you question who you are. You wonder who you are, where you came from, and what you are. What they tried to show was Superman's internal struggle and why it was so difficult to be the Man of Steel opposed to being a regular human being. We already understood Superman represented hope. They painted an S on the roof of the house and he shows up. He stops criminals. He shuts down vigilantes. He does all kinds of stuff. He stops the bad guys. He catches planes. He catches space shuttles when they blow up. He's everywhere helping everybody. But they wanted to show you the internal struggle, humanizing this entity who seems to not have any flaws in the books at all, which everybody complained about. You know, all they have is that they introduced kryptonite. No, they wanted to show you the internal struggle of somebody who's always there for everyone else. And in the movies, when the U.S. government wanted to question Superman, he said, I don't care what you think. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. What are you going to do about it? And that's where the story happens. That's where it starts. That's where Lex Luthor says, oh, well, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something about you. Not knowing who he is, even studying him and not giving a damn about him, he still wanted to take this man down because they're scared of him. He's scared of him. Everybody's treating Superman in a different light. And I thought that was a phenomenal portrayal. So I wouldn't offer an apology for the DCEU's take on Superman. Every time I watch it, I see something new that I didn't catch before. It means I keep finding new information, a new gesture, a new phrase that I ignored before. I didn't know that I was ignoring it. The Martha thing, you shouldn't have to apologize for artistic license. Right now, artistic license was more than valid. Well, everybody's got an opinion about it, but art is not to be hated. Art is to be respected, but sometimes you need to watch it more than once to understand it. To apologize for getting Superman's image wrong in the movies. They didn't get his image wrong. They showed him with his hope, but they didn't focus on his hope. They focused on his internal struggle with coming to grips as to who he was, becoming Superman. That's what these first two movies were. Superman becoming Superman. His constant changing and evolving. He's learning his identity. He's questioning his identity. He's growing in his powers and abilities. He's learning more about his past, getting in his suit, learning to fly in a suit, learning his strengths and weaknesses, and getting stronger and stronger, being killed several times in public perception and physically, and being resurrected. It's an incredible movie. I do not rewatch Marvel movies at all. Except for the first Avenger, the very few of them do I rewatch because I feel like, okay, I laughed at it and I'm not going to laugh again. Past the giggle point, why do I want to watch this stuff? So the apologies, I don't agree with Grace Randolph to apologize for Superman not being lighthearted and fun. Hey, yo, but if you disagree, let me hear it. Put it in the comments below. Message me or something like that. I'll make a video about that one too.